Cancer, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to your January 2022 reading for Mercury Retrograde, which is in the sign of Aquarius. But we're going to talk about how that actually affects the Cancer energy, and also what house is highlighted astrology wise, and we'll read the energy around that for the retrograde, because we're going to be in retrograde. If you look on the screen right here, we're going to be in retrograde starting the 14th of January all the way until I think it's like the February 4th or something like that. So we are in the shadow period, which is the blue that you see. That's the shadow period. And then the darker it gets, the stronger the energy gets. And so you'll also see pink, and then you'll see dark pink, and then you're going to see a red. A red is when it actually turns and goes retrograde. And then after that is the brown color, which means we're going into the post-shadow period. So you'll still feel some of the effects of the retrograde. So since we're in the shadow period, that's why I've decided to go ahead and do these readings now so we can feel what energy is actually taking place. As we look into the energies of the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Cancer collective, just understand this is a general reading and will not resonate with every single person, but just take the things that do resonate with you, and whatever doesn't, just leave it behind. Remember that the energies can be reversed, so assign the roles you please. If it doesn't resonate with you, just stick around because there might be something in it you need to hear. And also, these messages are timeless, so if you're brought to this channel, this reading, there's something in it for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can also look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in your astrology chart. If you look at the top of the screen right here, that is the link to the last reading that I did, which is the Jupiter in Pisces reading, which is really important because that's your sister sign because it's a water sign. And there are lots of blessings happening with that. And also I have suggested videos at the end as well. Lastly, if it doesn't resonate with you, your story might be too personal. So you may need a personal reading, and you can always check out the link in the description box for my details. I can do that for you as well. If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell. This way you get notified as soon as I post something new. I want to thank the people who've already subscribed. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank the new people that have come to check out my channel. Thank you. If you have not yet subscribed and supported this channel and you'd like to, go ahead and take a second to do so. Okay, so we're going to do 6 cards. But let me see. I'm going to do something really quickly. First of all, let's talk really quick about Mercury retrograde. So the retrograde, it's going to bring back the past. It always does. It slows down the energy. It makes us relook, revalue, all of those things. And it is in Aquarius, which is in Aquarius. So Aquarius is a really extremely intuitive sign. So if you've ever met any Aquariuses, a lot of them are readers. A lot of them, you go to them because you want advice. They're like your really good friends and they just know things. That's Aquarius. So it's going to be about your intuition. And it's about how people see you and the impressions that you give to others, because that's what's being highlighted in the first house of Aquarius. So, although you are not Aquarius, we're still affected by all the energies. The other thing is that Venus is in retrograde as well, and Venus is how we look to other people too, and how we just look to the world. So like if Venus is shining down on you in your chart, everybody thinks you're sexy. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, what did you do to your hair? It's like you're just shining and glowing whenever Venus is shining down on your specific sign. So let's go into what is up with Cancer. What are we working on? Cancer specifically for you is the 6th house, which is work, health, and duty area of your life. So any place that you have duty, you know, like on this card, it has a woman doing like gardening work. That's her duty. And then someone else is doing like yoga, you know. So it's just like, that's what you're kind of focusing on, is how people see you in your work, in your health, and also other duties and responsibilities that you have. Okay, so before we begin, let's get a theme. And we will pull on the energies in just a second. I hope you guys are having a good January. I hope it was better than last year. So far, so good, right? Here we go. Your theme is love and freedom. Freedom and love. Okay, so there you go. Those are your themes. And I guess we're going to be talking about those things. So if you're not here for a love reading or wanting to talk about your freedom, then this may not be the reading for you. But if you are, Well, hold on to your hats because let's see what's going on, right? Because Cancer, there are a lot of you guys who are in the soulmate cycle right now. A lot of you guys have twin flames. A lot of you guys have really strong soulmates that are coming in. We've seen that in multiple places. But let's see what's going on. I'm hearing secret admirers as well for some of you guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Wow, this is going to be pretty powerful. That's all I got to say. Okay, you ready? All right, Cancer, the overall energy of this reading and the energy that you're in for Mercury retrograde is you have a new beginning that has to do with the Sword of Truth. So the Ace of Swords is a soul contract. It is also success, decisions, clear thinking, immediate changes, triumphing over the past obstacles. We got the past coming up, right? And it could be some sort of confrontation, but it doesn't have to be a conflict confrontation. It could just be like something that comes to the surface where you're going to learn something new and it's just going to change your perspective. It's going to make you a lot happier because something that you think to be true is not fully true, and that thing would made you sad for a really long time, and now this truth is going to come in and it's just going to open up just a more joyous and happy feeling for you. All right, and that puts you in a really good spot. A really good spot for so many different things, for your career, for your money, for your health, for your relationships, all of those things, okay? All right, so there's some sort of the energy that you're in right now, or the energy that you're in for Mercury retrograde, what's going to be happening. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. If it doesn't resonate with you, sometimes it's because you haven't seen the energies just yet. A lot of people will come back a week later or 2 weeks later and see if the video resonates at that time. So I have a lot of people who come back several times during the month to kind of see if what we talked about is a reality in their life or what's happening. Okay, so somebody left you out in the cold. Somebody like turned their back on you, and this made you extremely sad. When this happened, I'm feeling like there was a period of isolation for you where you felt like a lot of things were missing because of this. This relationship was gone. This person wasn't around. And it made you look at life. First, I'm hearing for some of you guys, not everybody, but some of you guys didn't even want to live anymore. Like you were done. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad, right? So this energy is going to come back up for you. Let me clarify that a little bit. I just want to see, like, does this mean that you're going to be, let's see where this is going to go, because I'm hearing different scenarios. I mean, I'm wondering, like, does this mean that Cancer is going to be sad? Or does this mean that we're looking at that aspect or that thing? Okay, so there's a spiritual union coming. The spiritual union has to do with someone who, it hurt. Something hurt. And it has to do with feeling like you couldn't get near this person. You know, you couldn't have a relationship with this person. You didn't have any positive movement forward with the person. It's like they didn't want to talk to you. They didn't want to see you. Or they couldn't talk to you, or they couldn't see you, or they shut you out some way. I'm hearing like some of you guys got shut out. The person didn't want to be vulnerable with you. They didn't want to open up with you. They just, like, all of a sudden, that relationship was gone. And it does have to do with the spiritual union, and you guys will be successful. They do want me to tell you that. So let's see where this is going to go. The energy that's coming towards you, and here it is right here, is a very fast moving energy. Somebody can't hold on to their feelings anymore. Like, they are so ready to just say they're sorry, to bring you back in their life. They're just so ready for this energy. So it's a sudden unexpected truth. It's a sudden unexpected text. It's a sudden unexpected something, some sort of communication. This person's going to come in pretty strong. It may feel like it's passion is what it is. You may not see it as passion because this person's afraid to be vulnerable. So you might feel it as just a very strong energy coming towards you. But that energy is coupled with an apology. It's coupled with some sort of something that was unfair, lack of trust, lack of accountability, some dishonesty that had happened. It's bringing in fairness and truth. And so it's bringing in some sort of soul contract. Maybe they want to reconcile this issue that had happened. Maybe they just want to speak their truth or speak their piece to you, or maybe they just want you back in their life somehow, right? Okay, let's move on. The thing that's hidden that you can't see is this person has been working on the text. They've been working on the email. They've been working on the communication. They've been working on it, but what's holding them back is anxiety. They're afraid of what you might say or how you might handle it, or they're afraid of putting themselves out there and being vulnerable because times in the past, not with you, other people, it wasn't successful. And that's scary to someone if all they've ever had is every time they put themselves out there, they've gotten a negative experience. So this person is it's extremely nervous, not even a bit. It's like it's nerve-wracking. Like, I know I need to bring this truth. I know I want this. They know that they got to come right, and they have to come right in this way, and that is really scary for them. And it's very scary, okay? So they're having sleepless nights. There's lots of anxiety, some worry, some fear. They may even have some nightmares keeping them up. They're really scared. Like just this inner turmoil of just deep-seated fears and of the secrets they hold, or just the worry that they have. It's just a lot of worry around this, but they have written the communication several times. They've erased it, They imagine themselves speaking to you, but then they hold themselves back because it's a scary thing, So, okay, well, let's see where we're going. The obstacle in your way is that you have been waiting a really long time for this reconciliation. And you've been waiting a really long time and having the strength, because they have to have the strength. This is the obstacle. There's two different ways I'm hearing this. One, you've been holding on while you wait, okay? Two, these two cards are opposite of each other. So in order for them to get over their anxiety, they have to have strength. The only reason why somebody would have strength is because they have anxiety. So the courage, they're trying to build up the courage to bring you this cup of love. And that's scary, to bring you the proposal, to bring you the romance, to bring you the good news, to enjoy life with you again. But they do want you to be in their life in this way. They wish that whatever happened didn't happen, but it's happened. And you grow from that. That's what they're not seeing. They're not understanding that things happen and you grow from it. Yes, you can get over really horrible things in relationships. You can. If both parties are willing to work on it, and both parties are willing to be truthful, and both parties aren't going to hold secrets to each other about how they feel, what they need, and how they need to move forward, then it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. Actually, it'll be even better than it was before the lie or the secret or the horrible thing happened. It can actually grow into a more beautiful relationship. Okay. So some people are like, I think people are like, oh, well, bad things happen in your relationship, you're never going to get over it. And that is such crap. That's not how you grow and how you learn and how you build a strong relationship. Anybody who's been married for 25, 30, 40, 50 years, you're telling me that they never had any turmoil? They never had anything bad happen to each other that they did to each other? They never had secrets they held from each other? Of course they did. But if you've been married that long, you've learned through that time, the best thing to do is just to be honest and to be vulnerable and to be open, because the more you close yourself off and the more secretive you are, the worse your relationship's going to get. It brings in all that devil energy. And the more you go through something, like you see some of these couples that are super strong, like, dang, you guys have such a good relationship. Why? Because they went through crap. They drug each other through the mud. They blamed stuff on each other. They did horrible things because, they were angry at each other or something like that. They got hurt, so they did something stupid, or they were hurt not from each other, but from their lives. They were hurt from things that happened to them in childhood, and so then they do like stupid things. They say stupid things. And because of that, they have come together, worked on whatever happened, and they grew from it, and they got stronger. Okay? So what they want me to tell you is when this person can get the courage to come in, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be a simple, like, hey, I just need to get some stuff off my chest. You know what I mean? And for cross watchers that are watching and you need to talk to a Cancer, Cancers are amazing people to practice this skill with because they're awesome and they're loving and they're compassionate. But when you come in, sometimes it's really a good idea to say, I'm going to tell you some things and I don't want you to respond until I'm completely finished. Or you can actually write it down, because then the person can't interject what they want to say. You just get your feelings out. This is what I want to say. Blah, 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 blah. And it's out. Okay? Otherwise, if you're doing a face-to-face or a phone call, then you want to make sure that you're very clear with that person and say, look, I have some things I need to get off my chest that I want to say to you. Maybe you have it written down, and you say that I want to say to you, so please do not respond until I'm completely finished. I'm not asking you to fix the situation. I want to fix the situation by being vulnerable and by sharing my experience with you. And, because the part of the fear is they don't know how you're going to react. They don't know how you're going to respond. So, all right, let's move on. So the thing that's helping you is the universe has been bringing this fast energy to this person, so they have to make a decision and you're the choice. The universe wants you to be the choice, So it's a fast decision. It's like giving them the willpower. So there's a little bit of ego involved in this, and I think that's why they're saying and that they're coming in so strong, is because there is ego behind it. The ego doesn't want to let you go. And that is actually helpful. Some people are like, oh my gosh, the ego, don't let the ego be involved. In this case, God has presented it in this way so this person can have the strength and the willpower to come in. Sometimes that could come in really strong and you might misconstrue the energy. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be really strong, but it's passion. It may not look like passion, but the person may not be able to, or maybe they don't know how to work with their feelings just yet. So just have a lot of compassion like you normally do, Cancer. You will be successful in this because that's what this card is. It's success. It's actually somebody taking action and being very determined for this to work. Very determined. And the Spirit has been working on this person so they would come in with this determination. Because for a long time, they've kind of just like, well, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I guess I will. No, I'm going to know. They were just like really wishy-washy. And God has been working on this person so they will come in with fervor, I guess is the word they're giving me. They're going to come in with fury. There you go. All right, so this person has found their purpose, and you are the purpose. You are their soul journey. They want to reconcile this issue with you, okay? The overall outcome is the lovers are going to be joined together by a sword of truth that links and connects them, okay? Because what I'm feeling very strongly is this person is going to come in and tell you something that you're going to relate to. It's not going to be a shock because you're going to feel the same way. You're going to feel like I did that too. So this person feels like they're the only one. Have you ever, you know, have you ever like felt a certain way and then you tell a friend about it and they're like, oh my gosh, I felt that same way too. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. That's the energy I'm getting around this, is that once they speak their truth and their purpose, their sole purpose, the whole reason for this relationship is so this person can express themselves in a vulnerable way and get a positive outcome from the other person so they can build this muscle of communication with people. They have been weakened and hurt their entire life when it comes to this type of experience, because God wanted to show them when they finally come to you and they have a positive experience, wants to show them the dichotomy. They want to show them the difference about what's happening, what happened. Look at the difference between the toxicity that you've been in and now a healthy relationship. Because a lot of times we don't know how beautiful something is until we don't have it. It's like if you don't have it your whole life and then all of a sudden you get it, then it's buku. Is that a word? Oh my gosh. It's like big time. Amazing. It's a big time experience for you. It's like, oh my gosh, it's amplified. There's the word I'm looking for. It's like an amplified experience. So that is what the whole purpose of this. And look at the foundation that this queen has. The person coming in feels like they don't have a foundation. But once they speak their truth, it's almost like, I'm seeing like the movie Labyrinth or something like that, but I don't even know if I even seen that movie in so long, or if this is even a part in it, but I'm seeing like, I see if I can explain this. Okay, so they're giving me a vision that looks like like somebody just like floating on nothing, like just emptiness. And there's no ground for them to stand on. And then all of a sudden when they speak their truth, it's like the concrete just starts building like Legos or something underneath them. Like it just starts fusing together and creating a foundation. It's kind of like that. It's really interesting. They're not showing me that it's pouring. It's almost like the foundation was always there, but they never had the ability to actually stand on it because, I don't know, somebody didn't show them how or something. I'm not really sure. But what I am seeing is like, I don't know if I can even explain it. It's like, it's empty right here. So imagine this, like this is the person and there's nothing underneath them. And then all of a sudden, it just goes boom, 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 and builds underneath them. And then this person all of a sudden has this strong foundation. Well, this one's rocky, but let's do like that. And now they're able to stand with both feet on the ground. And they finally have their stability for what they've always been missing. I'm hearing that this person may have a mother problem, a problem with their mother. Maybe they never had a close connection with their mother. Maybe they never had the attachment that is healthy attachment from a baby to a mother. Maybe mother was never around. It could be both of you guys having mother issues as such. But this woman represents the mother that was never in this person's life. Not that you're going to be the person's mother, but it represents the foundation that they had lost because mom was never there. The mother was, that relationship was rocky. You know, it's like the relationship was rocky like this and they can't, you know, they're like, look, he's just falling. Like there's no, right? And some people never had a foundation at all because mom just was never there. And then once this truth is spoken and you realize that there's a connection, a soul contract, a soul connection, you realize that there's more substance. You realize that there is a universe, like this was planned out in this way so that you could feel the support and the stuff that you just never really felt like you had ever. It's like so they could feel that, right? So that's interesting that they're giving it to me that way. Okay, let me dive into this. So this is supposed to happen in the way that it is. It's happening at the right time in your life. Nothing is late. Nothing is, what do you call it, out of order, or you didn't mess up. It was supposed to be this way. I was just talking to someone earlier today. I was doing a reading on someone. And this came to mind, but I think I forgot to tell the person. But a lot of times, in order for us to have the most deepest, profound experience, we have to live the opposite first. And then the real experience comes in, and it's just even more profound. Like if you grew up with no money, and then all of a sudden in your, and this is just it's probably not even the best metaphor, but all of a sudden you, in your 40s, get a large sum of money, it would mean more to you because you grew up with nothing. Opposed to if you grew up in a rich family and you got everything you wanted and everything was handed to you, and then you won the lottery when you're older, it's like, yeah, that always happens to me. I mean, that's kind of how it would feel. So that's kind of what they're showing me is going on here. The difference between you and whatever they've had before is extremely different. It is so different. That's why it kind of scares this person, because it's uncharted water for them. But that's the only place that we really grow, is when we go into uncharted water. You guys are both gaining a lot of wisdom from this. It had to do with a lot of heartache and a lot of loss. This person is turning into the lion. They're gaining their power, and you are part of the experience. And you have gained yours as well. We talked about how the divine feminines have been gaining their self-confidence. Well, that's your power. The divine masculine is learning how to be vulnerable. Either one of those lessons are not easy, especially if you've been treated like crap pretty much your whole life, divine feminine, and especially divine masculine if you've never seen a healthy relationship. It'd be a really scary thing to even believe, to even have belief in something that you've never seen before. You guys will triumph over this. It's going to be bringing a lot of heart communication. And then you guys, love is going to begin. It's just going to flourish at this point. Once the person can get over their mental conflict, their anxiety, then you guys can have a very fruitful experience, a very beautiful, abundant life. It could start out as friendship. It could start out as, however. I mean, I just don't know. It could be a friendship. It doesn't have to be lover. However it's going to manifest in your life, there's a lot of people on. Anyway, Cancer, if you like this reading or entertain in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And what is on the screen are suggested videos for you to watch. And I will see you at the next reading. Bye!